The psychology of people who stop explaining themselves. Have you ever noticed how some people reach a point in life where they simply stop explaining themselves? They don't argue. They don't justify. They don't try to prove anything. At first, it might look like arrogance, but psychology tells a very different story. Let's understand what's really going on inside the mind of people who stop explaining themselves. They've learned that not everyone is meant to understand them. Emotionally mature people realize something very important. Not everyone deserves an explanation. They understand that no matter how clearly you speak, some people will only hear what fits their own beliefs. So instead of wasting energy convincing others, they choose peace over validation. Silence becomes a form of self-respect. They are secure in their identity. People who constantly explain themselves are often searching for approval. But people who stop explaining, they already know who they are. They don't need external confirmation to feel confident. Their self-worth doesn't depend on being understood by everyone. Psychologically, this is a sign of high self-esteem and inner stability. They've been misunderstood. Too many times after being misunderstood again and again, the brain adapts. Explaining feels exhausting. Defending feels pointless. So instead of repeating the same emotional cycle, they detach. Not because they don't care, but because they care about their mental health more. They value emotional energy. Explaining yourself takes emotional effort. Highly aware people understand that energy is limited. They ask themselves, is this conversation worth my peace? If the answer is no, they simply walk away. This isn't weakness. It's emotional intelligence. They understand that actions speak louder than words. At some point, words lose their power. People who stop explaining believe that. If someone truly wants to understand you, they'll watch your actions, not your explanations. So they let consistency speak for them. No arguments, no over-explaining, just alignment between words and behavior. They've accepted that being misunderstood is part of growth. Here's a deep psychological truth. Growth often creates distance. When you evolve, not everyone grows with you. People who stop explaining accept this reality. They understand that loneliness is sometimes the price of self-awareness, and they're okay with it. If you've stopped explaining yourself lately, it doesn't mean you've become cold. It means you've become selective. You're choosing peace over noise, clarity over chaos, self-respect over approval. And that's not emotional withdrawal, that's psychological strength. If this video resonated with you, like the video and subscribe to Alrinia Psychology. And tell me in the comments, have you stopped explaining yourself and why?